I'm 35 years old this year and have been divorced for 5 years. I don't have a very attractive face, but my figure is extraordinary. I have a curvaceous body and a pair of long and straight legs. It's just like a figure from a comic. I'm extremely conspicuous when walking on the street. After the divorce, I had a boyfriend. The other party has a family. So for him, this is an extramarital affair, and I'm completely a third party. His workplace is close to the kindergarten. It used to be his wife who picked up the child. Later, his wife gave birth to a second child and stayed at home to take care of the younger one. So, the task of picking up the child fell on him. I often ran into him at the kindergarten gate. I'm a woman with a rather reserved personality. I never interacted with the parents in the kindergarten parent group either. So even though we met at the kindergarten gate for over half a year, we never exchanged a word. Once, the children in the class held an activity. We were assigned to the same group. Only then did we add each other's WeChat and became friends. After becoming friends, he began to pay attention to me and would frequently send me messages to talk about the children. Gradually, from the children's matters to his own marriage. Initially, I didn't take it seriously. After all, the two children had a good relationship as parents. Having an ordinary chat was nothing inappropriate. Little did I expect that once this chat began, it got out of control. In less than 2 months, I knew everything about their affairs. This couple had no help from adults. They had always taken care of the children by themselves. As an only daughter who grew up in affluence, even though I'm already a mother, I'm still spoiled by my parents as if I were a treasure. I thought the two of them had it quite tough. The man's wife resigned from her job after getting pregnant, and it's been 5 or 6 years up to now. She has always relied on him to earn money to support the family. His monthly salary is 12,000 yuan. He also works part-time at a friend's gym on weekends. After hearing his story, I suddenly felt sympathetic towards this man, and at the same time thought that he was very capable at work. He is tall, robust, and has a handsome face. He is the face of their unit. Whenever young girls come to their unit to handle affairs, they would fall head over heels for him at first sight when they see him. Because of his good looks, he is always sent to appear in the promotional videos of the unit every time. Because he is handsome and humble and polite, I always gave enthusiastic responses to his WeChat messages. Once, he was going on a business trip to another place. He took a photo of himself dragging his luggage at the station, passing through the security check, and sent it to me, and sent a message saying, "I'm leaving for 2 weeks, don't miss me too much." When I received this message, I was having morning tea with a friend. I was stunned for quite a while. Why did he send such ambiguous content to me? My friend leaned over to take a look and asked me, "Don't you fall in love with this man?" I thought carefully. It seemed that I had unconsciously held him in a different light during the chat process. After the business trip, whenever he had spare time, he would send me messages and take photos. I also constantly paid attention to his messages and followed the updates in his WeChat moments. One night, he sent a screenshot with the caption, "When will such days come to an end?" The content of the screenshot was the chat record between him and his wife. In the screenshot, his wife said to him, we have reached this point. Don't you expect me and your mother to be able to talk nicely?" Seeing this WeChat moment, I was very surprised, because the cover of his WeChat moment was a group photo of their family of 4. I always thought their marital relationship was harmonious, and those ambiguous words he said to me were just the tricks of a married man flirting. At first, I constantly reminded myself not to get trapped. During the time of his business trip, he often complained about his unhappy marriage, and I just acted as a listener. After he came back from the business trip, he immediately proposed to invite me to dinner, thanking me for being willing to be his listener. At the dinner table, he asked me, "What's your impression of me?" I shyly turned my face aside and replied, "Very good." So, after the meal, he proposed to invite me to watch a movie. I didn't refuse. The movie we watched was a literary and romantic one. In the cinema, taking advantage of the dim light, he noticed my shyness. Leaning close to my ear, he said, "You look so beautiful today." From then on, every day when it was almost time, he would send me a message. "The children are about to finish school. Are you ready for a date with me?" At the kindergarten gate, they were always among the earliest batch every day. While waiting for the children, they would stand together and chat. Later, what should and shouldn't happen all happened. Of course, I knew that I was embroiled in an unseemly relationship. I felt very conflicted in my heart. I wanted to break it off but was reluctant to. During a parent-child activity organized by the kindergarten, I observed the interaction between the couple for a long time. It seemed that except for matters related to the children, they had few other words. It was during that activity that his wife added my contact information, saying that the two children had a good relationship. It would be convenient to contact after graduation. As parents, we could also be friends. We could take the children out to play together when we were free. I felt a little guilty, but I couldn't refuse. Strangely, his wife seemed like a different person on WeChat. She often took the initiative to chat with me, chatting about household affairs. His wife complained and said, "The man is a Phoenix man. His family situation is not good." After getting married to her for a long time, the man was still repaying his student loan. She also told me that the man had cheated several times. Every time after being caught, the man would take the initiative to break off the relationship with those women. If it weren't for the children, she would have filed for divorce long ago. The man didn't want a divorce, so every time, he could always quickly get rid of the women outside the marriage. I was particularly concerned about their marital life. I began to hint indirectly. She said that since her husband cheated, she felt in her heart that he was dirty. She resisted his approach, but he didn't respect her will. He always forced to have sex with her. I was stunned because he told me that they had slept in separate rooms for a long time. The last time they had sex was when they were preparing for a second child. I was confused. Did his wife know something? So she said these things to me. What I learned from his wife, he was simply heinous. I didn't know how to describe my feelings at that time. He actually lied in order to cheat. He actually lied to me. I suddenly felt that this man was too terrifying, full of lies, but spoke as if it were true. If it weren't for his wife to tell, no one else could spot the flaw. I couldn't help but doubt how much of his feelings for me were true. I asked him for the first time, "Are you serious when you are with me? If you really love me, then change the cover of your WeChat moments." He refused. Of course, he wouldn't change the cover of his WeChat moments. Once changed, his wife's parents would know that there was a problem in their relationship. The house and the car belonged to the woman. If they divorced, he would have nothing. The moment he refused, I was furious. I felt deceived. People in the system don't post on WeChat moments. For someone like him who always wants to do everything decently, how could he be so unrestrained and complain on WeChat moments? Those were obviously sent to me alone to set a trap for me.